sorry. I'm thirsty. All right. How are y'all tonight? Y'all doing well? Get this going. No. There we go. Now we got it. All right. How are y'all doing tonight? I don't know why that doesn't. Y'all doing well? Come on, thing. There. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm getting around to doing that ribbon that Share Bear is obsessed with. Oh, my shirt. Yeah. My actual colorful shirt, which y'all know I never hardly ever wear. Hello, good evening. Okay, so Cheryl wanted me to make a sign to match this ribbon I had, so I did. And I thought it would be fun to play around with some of the stained glass look. So this is what I came up with. Can you see it? So what it has is it has the green, the orange, and the yellow. So if you look at the ribbons, so this is the main ribbon. It's a Monarch Butterfly, and it has the green, the white, the yellow, the orange, the black, and so pretty much all of that is in the sign there. And I have learned the how to kind of make the stained glass thing work. So I was playing with it today, and it actually was a lot of fun. So, all right, okay. So I thought, since I said we would do a wreath with just one mesh, that we would go like super simple and do it with like as little supplies as possible. So we're going to do it with 2 ribbons. So this one and this one. See, one's the green, one's the Monarch Butterfly, and then I grabbed the orange mesh. Now you could also get the lime green mesh. Really, either one works great. So whichever one you like, and then I have an orange frame. So we're only going to do the poof today, because I thought it would be fun to show y'all that. Alrighty. So, there we go. And that thing wants to, for some reason that camera keeps wanting to turn. So, alright. When I'm making the poofs, y'all, this mesh roller here is my very best friend, because it holds my mesh and I don't have to try to finagle with it and everything. These are made by Susie's Wreaths and Things, but there is a link on my website on shop.hardworkingmom.com. So I also put a link to the weaving needles on the shop too. So for those of you who are asking for it, it's there. All right, so I'm gonna open these up. Okay, just like this. You could get other ribbons as well, and you could, you know, do a second mesh. I just thought it would be fun to show you how to do just the one. Y'all are funny. Okay, so I like to start it with the zip tie, because I don't want anyone to tell where I started, where I stopped. So I skip this first tie, and I use my zip tie as the tie itself. Oh, did you? Awesome. I love my weaving needles. Okay. There we go. So I'll just trim that off. So with this kind of mesh, right, there you can do the poof with really any mesh because you don't really have to worry about dealing with the fraying like you do when you're cutting the mesh, because you're not going to cut it. You're mostly going to just kind of, you know, keep it all on the form. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm not exactly sure where the stars are. They're on there somewhere. Okay, so we're going to take the rough edges here and we're going to tuck them under just like this. All right, and then we're going to kind of try to keep them tucked in on the inside because that's what's going to give us that nice poof. And so what we're going to do is we want about 10 inches, and there's a lot of different ways you can do this. I like to do it the fastest, easiest way because I'm all about that. The fastest, easiest way is to go to your first tie, then to your second tie, then go back to your first tie. Okay, and then you just pull it out and you have a nice poof. You could measure it on your board here, but you see it's still going to be the same measurement. You see that? So I went to my board and I measured 10 inches and look, same exact thing. So I'm just going to save myself the time of having to do that every time, and I'm just going to go right to that second one and come back. Yeah, so it's really 10 inches to go from this tie to this tie. So that's why I do that, because I don't want to have to stop and measure every time. I just want to do this because I'm already here. It's just much easier to do it. It's consistent. Okay. So if you wanted to do something a little different, you could do green mesh. You could do yellow mesh. Either, any of those. It is the silent 1, 2, 3. Yep. And so I used to do 1, 2, 3, which is exactly the same. This just makes it easier for y'all to see what I'm doing. So I used to say 1, 2, 3. But this makes it a little easier to see what I'm doing. Okay. So when I do 1, 2, 3, I just go 1, 2, 3. And you see it's the same. You remember that, huh? I am still waiting on my stuff for Mardi Gras. It still hasn't come in, so I don't know. Okay, so just keep going all the way around. Hopefully it'll get here in time. It's hard to say. Yep, so the mesh is 10 inches and then I just go over 10 inches. Like that. So you see now we're back to where we started. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you think that. Okay, so 1, 2, look, there's where we started. So now there will not be 2 pieces of mesh in the same tie. So you can't tell where we started and where we stopped. So here, I want to go to the top layer. Now, I like to go from the bottom to the top. If you want to go from the top to the bottom, it works the same. I go ahead and open up my ties because I don't want to try to find them while I'm in the middle of measuring things out. So, I'll go ahead and open them. I kind of move these down a little bit. there is a few ways you can do this. So you can cut it off, go up to the top and restart it, or you can go right up to the top from where you are. And I go to the closest tie, so that's this one. And once again, I'm going to use that zip tie, and that's going to become my first piece up top. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the top. My weaving needle is the long one, the 6-inch, but it's on the main page. Okay, so I go 1, 2, just like we did on the bottom. Come back, tie it, and remember you're still tucking those edges under. Those little cut edges. So 1, 2, back to this one. Hello. I love butterflies too. 1, 2, and I really like these Monarch butterflies, so that's why I got the ribbon, because I was like, ooh, look at that. It's not a kit, but it only has 1 mesh, 1 sign, and 2 ribbons. Oh, and a frame. So I'm still waiting on some things to come in so I can get a new kit going. I haven't forgotten, I promise. Alright. A way to incorporate the 5-inch mesh. Well, there's a lot of different ways you can bring in 5-inch mesh. I don't know if I have any around here. I'll have to find my stash and then show you. Okay. Alright, so do this one. Okay. And then we'll do this one. So on the last few, you do have to smash it over. Don't worry. I'm just getting the measurement. Now, normally, if I'm going to add other mesh to this, I'm going to chop this off, tuck the edge under, and start with my next mesh. But we're actually going to use this entire mesh. And this way, okay, so what you can see is, you can see the frame on this, and mostly it's because of this middle section. So I'm going to show you how to cover up that middle section so that you don't see that. So I'm going to pretend like I'm going to go over again, but this time I'm going to tie it here, and I'm going to pull it out in the middle. So you're going to have 3 poofs here. So you're going to go through the same ones. You can go through the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. I just kind of do the top because I think it's easier. Like this. Okay. There we go. Like that. So this is the 3 poof method. It is a little different than the regular. What's the weather like in Canada? I think it's starting to get chilly again here. We had had a few really nice little days, and then here we go again. Okay. So you can see how much larger this is already by adding in that third layer. So this is the last one. Thank you. They're fun to make. All right, so now I'm going to trim this off. And I'm going to slip it around the back and tie it off with this zip tie. I just don't want it to pop out later and see it. All right. Now, let's trim that off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the rest of this, okay, and I'm going to cut some curls for the bottom. Okay. So I just get a clean edge, and I'll do like 7 inches, just so I can get a little bit more. Let's see. There we go. There's 4. Whoa, my ribbons took off. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Hopefully I didn't drop any, but we'll see. Okay, let's just take this off of here. Okay. Alrighty. This is why I don't cut it all the way through. See how it does that? Drives me a little bit nuts. So we won't be able to do every one, but it's not going to matter. We don't really need every one. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, okay. So it's going to take our little roll. Then we're going to take our ribbon. Put these together. Okay. Right in. Trim that off. So I'll kind of put the ribbon a little bit like that. Okay, so this is 12-inch ribbon. And we'll probably reorganize the ribbon as we go. Am I getting what? Yeah, I am waiting on some. I am waiting on some supplies. I am. Yes. Oh yeah, and I talked about sawgrass. Yeah, I sure did. Okay. So we may come back and kind of spread this out a little bit. That is one thing I like about the Poof is sometimes you can get the ribbons to kind of spread out a little bit more. This one right here looks good, so we won't put a curl on that one. Hold on, I'm just seeing that that's kind of slipping over, so let me get that. Okay. we go. If you see where it looks like there's a little spot, all you have to do is kind of spread your mesh out so that it stays in the middle, and then it fixes that problem. One of the best reasons for doing the poof wreaths is if you want to add extra stuff into it. So like if you want to add florals or things like that, this is a really good method to do it with, because then you didn't spend nearly as much time putting all your mesh on, and you'll have a lot of good, easy space to put your floral stuff. Like that. Hold on, y'all, I'm getting hot. Okay. Woo! It is pretty orange, isn't it? So you see how it'll really pop off this very well. All right. Alrighty. What do you want to order individually? You talking about sublimation stuffs, like sublimation supplies? We have, let's see, what do we have? We have signs, we have cups. I haven't listed the things yet, but I have those too. Oh my word, what is the word I'm trying to use? I haven't listed the little mouse pads. That's what I was saying. We haven't listed those. We haven't listed the aprons yet, but those are coming. So, yeah. It is pretty with this sign. And you know what? Orange is actually a really good color for spring. It really is a good color for spring. And I think we all get stuck with that notion that you can only use it in the fall, and that's just not true. And I'm sure a lot of us have orange mesh left from the fall, so it's definitely not a bad thing. Okay. Yeah. I'm just making a Monarch Butterfly Wreath. Oh, you need to learn how to make signs? Yeah, so we are going to have a whole big class on that, including how to design them and stuff like that. It should probably be later this month. I have to talk to the person who I'm going to get to help me with it, because it's a lot for one person. So once I get with her and see what her schedule is, it's a 15-inch frame, then I can come up with some dates. Yes, carrots are orange. I love stained glass too. You know, when I was a young girl, the ribbons are cut at 12 inches. My uncle used to do stained glass. I thought it was the coolest thing. Sometimes, yeah, we have a ton of training on beginning Cricut. We sure do. I would sit there and watch him make them, and we would go home with all these pretty stained glass things. And boy, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. He was such a cool uncle, y'all. He would let us, like, put makeup on him and put little hair clips in his hair. He was really a great uncle. So, I have very fond memories of stained glass. So I think it's the bomb. Ooh, you have an orange tree? How cool. Very, very cool. Okay. There we go. So last one on the bottom. Well, yes, it will be online. And it will not, you will not have to have like Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. We'll actually have it kind of like, it's like a community that also has courses. I'm sure we can do some beginner stuff for sure. You mean like open the box, take it out, this is how you set it up, beginner? Or a little bit more advanced than that. But yeah, we can definitely do it. Some more of that. So there's the bottom. Alright, let's do the top. Oh, it's dwarf orange tree. Cool. I'm using a 15-inch frame. So you'll see it, sometimes it'll say 15-24. That's what size frame it is. Okay, so on the top, we put this on. Alright, and then we'll spread out our ribbons like we normally do. Okay. Okay. You don't know how to load it and stuff like that? Okay. Gotcha. So I have one 2.5-inch ribbon and one 1.5-inch ribbon, and they're both cut at 12 inches. There we go. There we go. I seem to be doomed to drop this ribbon. Oh my goodness. So, did you do sublimation with the coffee mugs, or did you use a Cricut? Yeah. If you did sublimation, we definitely have some tricks. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. We definitely have some tricks when it comes to sublimating stuff, because we've been doing it. I've been doing it for about 3 years, and oh, I'm sorry it's not a kit. It shouldn't be more than a kit though, because it's only one mesh, 2 ribbons, a sign, and a frame. I'll try to get some kits together. I know y'all are wanting some new kits. Yeah, we also went to, so y'all, we do so many signs here. I am not sure how many we do, but hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So we definitely have a process down pat. From printing to pressing to, you know, how to get the breast press, how long to press it, where to buy the supplies, all the good stuff. I am not an orange fan either, but I like this. Where do I find Where do I find prices? You mean like for how much to price things at? Ooh, that'll be something I'll have to teach. Because there's a science to that too. Because it has to be based on the machine you have, the ink cost, and all that kind of stuff. An official retirement sign. Oh, I can do that. I'm sure I can do that. That's a good idea. Okay. Alrighty, this is the last ribbon. Oh yeah, you definitely want to add some daisies or something like that to it. That's what makes it look really pretty. And I thought I had some in here. I don't know if I do or not. Let's see. I was thinking in this pile over here, but I don't see them. I do have some of these in here. This is boxwood with little white berries on it. I love these. So you get like, what, like 6 in a pack? Okay. I do have these in my shop. This is CS14697. Alright. It would be. So orange is really great for, it's good for a lot of the year, right? It's good for fall, it's good for spring, summer. I mean, that's almost all the seasons there. Okay. There we go. Oh, for a custom sign, you need to email me. So I do a little hook on it. Probably longer than I need. And then I get a little glue on it, and then I put it right in here. Look how cute that is. I wonder if I have any daisies. I just don't know if I do or not. But I want to show you why the poof method is great. Okay. Now you would want to glue these in. And I just put them underneath that little hook I made. There. Kind of spread them out. Okay. I want to leave, let's see, where are we going to put our sign? Maybe like right here. So I should probably leave this spot for the bow. So let's take this one and move it over here. Got my little hook there. Okay. So sign there, bow there. Okay. Put one here. Right under my little hook there. Alright. You can get orange sunflowers would look really cute on this. You meant price tag, but a wreath. Oh, you mean how do I come up with the price for my wreaths? Is that what you mean? Alright. there. Look under Monarch. It's listed under Monarch. Monarch Butterfly, that's what it's called. Yes, I actually have a video on how to put the pipe cleaners on a wreath form. Sure do. It's on my YouTube channel. It actually shows you the difference between all the wreath frames, and it shows you how to do one. But we can do that. There's actually another method you can use for doing the poof, and we could do that and do our own wreath frame. So maybe we can do that next week and get that in your books of wreaths you know. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so we're putting sign there. Let's take one more down and put it on the bottom. Okay, right here. Right, now, there. I don't think I have any daisies, but give me 1 second. Oh, I maybe do. Hold on. Anytime I walk out, Sassy has to leave. Come on, Sassy. Okay, so I have a dogwood bush. I think this would be really pretty. Let's just cut some of this off. This is pretty. All right. There we go. Oh, look at that! That's pretty. Ooh. Pretty, 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 pretty. Let's see. Let's put one in here. There. I like stuff like this because you can cut a lot of pieces off. You could put carrots and eggs for Easter. You sure could. Absolutely. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Now with this, you can put as much or as little as you want. If you want to really see the mesh, then you would put less. If you want to just see the color of the mesh but not a whole lot more, then you would put more. So it's really kind of what you like. There's no rules that say you have to do it a certain way, because you don't. Okay. See, that's pretty. It has that little green in the middle, so it really works well with these colors. Okay. Uh-oh, did something happen to your shoulder? My mom has lots of shoulder problems. Causes her more pain than anything else. Used to be her knees, now it's her shoulders. Goodness. There we go. look how much, you know, how much prettier it looks now just by adding a little bit of flowers and stuff. Oh, thank you. Okay, here's another one. Let's see. Who needs a flower? Oh, right here needs a flower. Okay. There we go. All right. Now let's do our sign. Okay. There we go. Okay. So like right here. Okay. So I'm just going to use, oh, thank you for stars. That was so sweet. I'm just going to use some 26 gauge wire here. Where in the world? Oh, y'all, seriously. Yep, it was sitting right in front of me, and I totally didn't see it. So can you see how it looks kind of stained glass? You see that? Look at that. See how it has that little stained glass look? It's a lot of fun to play with. It does take a tiny bit more time, but it's fun. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so it's a work wreath form. So it is. It's metal form, metal frame with ties on it. And then I use a metal hole punch for my signs, and I put this 26 gauge floral wire. I cut it a little longer, about 20 inches or so. And then I just gather it up like that and twist it. So I have where I want to put it. I'll grab my weaving needle. Okay, I'm going to load that on. And y'all, these come in all different colors. So, and then I just push it down through the mesh. And there's several mesh here, so I'm just going to push it all the way down. And there it is on the other side, right there. Okay. So see, I went right down through the mesh. It's not going to hurt it. Yeah, see, I grew up in Georgia, and there were a lot of dogwood trees. So I really like dogwoods. It's like one of my favorite things. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Alright, so for this other side, this one's pretty easy. I can just pull it around and tuck it in under here. Always want to tie it to the frame because you're just going to get a lot more strength and stability there. Hey! Alright. There we go. Okay. So we got the sign on. Let's make a bow for the other side. Alright. So we're still using the same amount of ribbon that we always use. We're just only using 2 ribbons instead of using a whole bunch of different ones. Oh, here we go. Oh, I finally remembered This is what comes with the purple bow maker. Okay. I know, I love the weaving needles. So you could put your ribbon on that if you want to. The dogwoods, I have not listed them yet, but I do have some. Okay, so let's do like 7-inch tail. Alrighty. Alright, so we'll do a 6-inch loop. Now these butterflies, let's see if we need to. Yep, we're going to have to flip them because you can see they're going in 2 different directions. Can you see that? So we don't want it to do that. We don't like that. So we just pick it up and flip it over. Okay. I know. I'm working on getting them. I promise I'm not trying to torture you. Okay. There we go. Now, pull it out, trim it off. There we go. Put this in. Alrighty. So I just go down the middle. I kind of twist it right there in the middle. Oh, thank you. And then I like to go sideways in and then twist. You're only twisting it on one side. You're twisting it on the opposite side that you're holding it. Okay. Yes, we're having trouble with, how in the world did that get all out? Look at that. There we go. Okay. We're having trouble with the phone at the studio because I switched it to a cell phone because, you know, when we're not there we can't catch calls. So we did that, but then they cannot seem to get the phone activated. So I've been fighting with Spectrum over that. Okay. Now we'll go back in with one more of these. Okay. There. Okay, flip. There we go. And the best part is, you don't have anything left you have to store after this because we're using it all. That's what I like. Just use it all. Okay. And then we can go back and put this on again. So we only have 2 ribbons, but you get plenty of use out of just the 2. You could put the green and white on the bottom instead of the Monarch. Yeah, if you have questions for the studio, call the warehouse until we get that worked out. So there we go. Okay. Alright, so there's our little indention. Just want to hold it, move it around. Let's get a zip tie. There. Okay. Pull it nice and tight. Oh, my dad? Yeah. Yep, I get my workaholic tendencies from my father. This is true. This is very true. Yep. I don't sit well. He doesn't sit well. It's just a thing. So look, we only have 2 ribbons, and we just had what was left, but it's plenty. You see how it's plenty? And it's a very pretty, nice bow. I don't know how I did. Well, I'm going to tell you, before I had the weaving needles, I struggled with signs, something terrible. I mean, it was just horrible. Now I don't struggle with them. Whoops, how about we do it the right way? Okay, so I'm actually going to tie it right here on this mesh that has the hump on it so that it won't get pushed down. So that's what you do when you want to have your bow a little bit higher and you're doing something like the poof method. That way it just keeps it from smashing. There we go. Awesome! You could even take some of this. Okay. Put a little bit in the bow. Oh, now that's pretty. Okay. So I forgot to go run the cord to the back, if you're wondering why I'm not gluing anything in. It's because it's unplugged and I forgot, and I would have to go all the way back there behind y'all and probably knock over the camera. So we're just doing pretend gluing right now, and I'll have to come back and glue it. Oh, that's funny. I mean, it's really not funny. I'm still kind of trying to work out my space a little bit. So, yeah, you got the ribbon for $3 from Sam's. That's just shocking, isn't it? Look how pretty. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it fell out of the bow because I don't have it in there. There we go. What do we think? Ooh, that turned out pretty. Y'all can't really see here. So there's our sign. You see the sign? There it is. There's our bow. See, there's the bow. Well, I think that turned out really pretty. See, it doesn't look exactly like you would think, right? Because poof was not my favorite method, but I like it if I'm going to put like florals and stuff like that in it. Thank you. I'm glad y'all like it. Awesome. She came home with 26 rolls of Sam's ribbon for you. Holy cow. That's a lot of ribbon. That is a lot of ribbon. Man, you're going to be set for a while. You're certainly going to be set for next year. Right? Oh. All right. Well, I hope y'all have an awesome night, and I will see you guys tomorrow for bow night. I think it's a happy wreath. It is a happy wreath. Awesome. Well, y'all have a great night. Yeah. You want to see this one? So we made this one last night. That's the one we made last night. So you can see it is also a stained glass. This is the one we made last night. This is my favorite. It's because it's purple and turquoise, which are my favorite colors. So, yeah, that's my favorite. The black one. Are you talking about that one? Right there? It's actually blue. It's navy blue and gold. It's a navy blue and gold winter one. And the one that's back here is the one I did in my design group. Oh, you look, we put the other stained glass sign in there, and it turned out to work really well with the wreath. So the black one like the tree. I'm not sure what the black one like. Oh, are you talking about this? That. What is what used for? Alright, so I hope y'all have a wonderful night. I might load the rest of this into this wreath. But I hope y'all have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all. I'm trying to work on the dragonfly kit. We're going to have to change out at least one of the ribbons because we don't have any more of that. I love the one from last night, too. Awesome. All right, y'all have a great night.